Hello, 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 Capricorns. Welcome, welcome. Woohoo! Just got done doing Virgos. You're next. Welcome to those who are brand new to my channel. Thank you for popping in. I hope you enjoy this. It is a different kind of tarot, as it says. It's divine driven, divine guided. And also, too, we have numerology and astrology in it. My tarot is basically how to help you get through your struggles, your strifes, your challenges, how to see what's going on in your life and how to get through that. So let's get started. I am going to be picking 3 oracles. These are oracle decks, sort of like a theme kind of a thing. And a lot of tarot readers do past, present, future in some of their readings. Sometimes they'll use oracles or just the regular decks. I do current and future. But my first card is not the past, it is divine. So the divine here is to give you a message, help you. Maybe you've got a question you've been asking, or why things aren't turning out, or what's going on, or you're on the fence about a decision, that kind of a thing. That's what this first card is. All right. A lot of you who watch me, you know the spiel. Are those 2 cards? Okay. All right. We got our 3 cards. Bang, bang, bang. All right. And then I will go to the normal deck, the normal tarot deck, and then I will also pick love and relationships at the very end. If you are on here and you're watching, you always can ask questions. You always can say hello, tell me where you're from. That's why I do it live, so you can say hello, tell me where you're from, ask a question. But if it is a question that is related, I will answer it during that time. If it's not, I'll answer it at the end, but you're very welcome to ask a question. Okay, so the Divine's card out is the Frog for Capricorns. It is the number 5, a little unstable, which because you're cleaning house, you're releasing emotional baggage. So this is a time where there is going to be change that's happening, and it's not as comfortable when we go through change or transitions or a transformation. It's not comfortable, but it's not a bad uncomfortable. It's something that we need to do. We're always changing. We're always evolving. We're always growing, right? We're shedding that old snake skin and keep moving on. Keep moving on. All right. So that's divine. We're going to be talking apparently about that, maybe to somebody. Might be a little uncomfortable, may not. Maybe ready. Somebody's ready. Somebody's definitely ready for some change. I can feel that. Current energy is the Deer, gentleness, diplomacy, and it's the number 4. So we are going from number 5 to number 4. We are going to balance. We are going to some peace, some harmony, some improvement in life. We're going to another level, is what it seems like it's saying. Gentleness. It's gentleness is being in the diplomacy, excuse me, I can't speak today, is about getting to a level where you don't have to always be angry. You don't always have to be fighting. You don't always have to be confrontational. You don't always have to have your says the right way kind of a thing. This is listening to another perspective and saying, you know what? I appreciate your thoughts. I don't agree with them. That's not my perspective, but thank you for sharing. That's more gentle than saying, you know what, that's stupid. That's not right. Ugh, who taught you that? Who raised you? Kind of a thing. So that's where that is. All right. And then our future energy is the Wind Fairy. The Wind Fairy is about thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. This is, again, about the gentleness way of how you handle things. So you are going to have to think about things before you open this big thing here. You are going to have to be careful of the words that you use, because this, again, is about cleaning your house. Somebody got a potty mouth out there? Time to clean it up. Let me give you some toilet bowl cleaner. Sorry, I'm in one of these moods today. I don't know why. And I haven't even eaten breakfast, and it's already 12:55. I've been so busy this morning. So busy that it's been crazy. So anyway. So it looks like we're going to have some controlling self, some discipline in self right now. It looks like it. And it looks like it's coming fairly quick. So, and there must be a reason why this is happening now rather than later or before. Maybe there is something coming up that you just need to tweak things a little bit. You know, when we look at cleaning the house, There's several ways to clean house. Now, I'm not talking about the physical house. I'm talking about your mind. But there is several ways to clean a house. You can just take a rag and just lightly dust everything, make everything look okay. Or you can actually do some frickin' deep cleaning, which most of us hate, right? So, but you hate it, but it's got to be done. And again, when you're talking about releasing emotional baggage, that means to leave that past luggage behind. Past luggage behind. Past stuff behind. And a lot of us want to carry a whole boatload of luggages with us, but it's got to stop. Because you're holding yourself back. You're blocking yourself. You're definitely holding things back. All right. Because again, this is about your thoughts, your words, and the intellectual analysis. Now, any Virgo energies out there, definitely you're going overboard in thinking too much. Definitely thinking too much. Yes, I agree, right? I totally agree. Thank you for sharing that. So the reason why I said that is we have the High Priestess that popped up. Because a lot of our thoughts are mostly worldly. And most of our thoughts are not spiritually, which we need to reverse that and get a balance in there. Because spiritually is gentleness, kindness, compassion, love, honesty, absolute truth. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we've got going here. Divine, if you want to go ahead and... Oh, I didn't see that. Did you guys see that flip? I did not see that flip. I think these two, I'm going to turn them over and ask them, because these two were in the last reading. I might have put them there that way, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. If Divine wants those to come out, he'll bring those out. Yeah, those are definitely from last reading. I put the cards in backwards by chance. Yeah, I did do that. So that is not, definitely make sure. Sometimes I get going and I go too fast and I do make mistakes, just like everybody else. All right, so let's see what Divine has to say for the rest. I was like, those are sort of funny because those are from my last reading. All right. No, you don't want that card? Okay, so fine, then I will shuffle it up. I couldn't get the cards apart. And these aren't sticky. Trust me, they're not sticky. Okay. Okay. So the reason why I said something is coming towards you fast, we've got the page, or we've got the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight is facing the Page, and the thing is with the Page is sort of a younger person, maybe a little bit more not understanding of financial stability. Again, this is the cleaning house part. We have to, as young people, we have to seem to have the ability to adjust a little bit more because we are young. We're not experienced enough to know how life works yet. So we do change a lot more. So there's change coming for somebody that it may take them to the next level. It may take them to a next financial level. It may take them to the level where they desire and that kind of a thing. However, we have the High Priestess is the next card out. Along with the Two of Wands. So again, this is where balance has to happen in. So as young people, I want to say this as a younger person. It may not be, but this younger person is not a very spiritual person. They're more materialistic. They want to look at things more on life. And again, just like Virgos, it's almost like a spiritual battle. It's also like shadow work versus light work, where you want material things, the worldly things, but Divine is saying, hey, those things are going to go away. They're not going to go with you. I need you to pay attention to me because this is going to affect your future. Definitely future. Okay. Again, the intellectual analysis coming in for the future energy, trying to figure things out. So this energy is trying to figure things out. And the only way that you're going to figure things out is really walk in truth. Again, this is the authoritative truth, and really looking deep down at the core foundation of whatever it is that you're looking at to get to the truth. Because this is to do with your emotional baggage. Emotional baggage is past energies. This is foundational energies. This is lessons learned, but you're carrying them with you. Thank you. That was beautiful. Lessons learned that you're carrying them with you. When a lesson is learned, it's time to just leave it there. I learned that lesson. And it's either a good thing. Well, they're all good things, whether we look at them in a good way or not. This is definitely a lesson learned. You have to understand that it wasn't a bad thing or a negative thing. It was a low vibrational thing that shoot you up to high vibrational. It's this that's thinking different. So whenever anything negative happens, like when my brother was murdered, very bad thing, very horrible thing, very traumatic thing. However, I could sit back and do this analysis and analyze, okay, why did God let this happen? Well, it was his time. Why did it have to happen in this manner? And all these things. I look at it and I analyze it. And then I look at the whole picture and I see the good in it. And it drives people around me nuts. They're like, you can't find good in everything. I say, yes, you can. And that's the thing. That's the spiritual side. There is the spiritual, because God takes and uses the ugly or the trauma, the pain, the sorrow to turn it for good. And whether it's for our lesson or somebody else's lesson, this is for good. Or is it a testimony we need to use? Or is it a witness we need to use? That is the analysis part of it. So when you're young and you're going through all these different things, and trying to get rid of, or just letting the lesson go rather than carrying it with you. Well, my ex did this, my ex did that. And, I've got a new person. Well, yeah, and then you start comparing, excuse me, you start comparing people, whether they're friends. Oh, yeah, I had a friend that did that. Oh, yeah, and it turned out bad. So you're expecting your expectations to turn out the same. Wrong thing to do. Wrong thing to do. Definitely. The expectation is not going to turn out the same because you're different. You've learned a lesson. You're a different person than when you were in that lesson or before that lesson. We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. The three is acknowledging this. There is pain, there's sorrow, there's hurt, there's feeling abandoned, there's feeling alone, feeling like nobody gets me. There could be even physical injury that is causing somebody to be stuck. Why did it happen to me? Why do I have to go through this? I will tell you, I have a friend that has no kidneys, zero. And he has never complained to why me, why has it happened to me, anything like that. He says, I have to accept it. I have to live with it. I have to learn how to live with it. And I need to move on. Very positive attitude. However, he could go the other way. Why me? Why did this happen to me? And he could get angry that it happened to him and not somebody else. There's a lot of ways that our mindset can go. And it's up to you to create a positive mindset. Turn the negative into a positive. Turn I don't like saying bad and good, but turn the bad into good. Turn the low vibrational into high vibrational. Shoot that puppy right up there. Here's the challenge card, though. This was the same as Virgo's. Is that it is hard work to do. It is hard work to do. That is your challenge card. Okay. But the thing is that it's also the number 8. And the number 8 is about the process. It's about the journey into it. So if you're going through something at this point in time, sort of analyze, is it my choice, my fault that got me there? Many, many times it is. And is it why? Why is it that I allowed myself to make this choice and decision? I do have that video out there. Please, please, please go watch it. Choices and decisions, and how to make better and wise decisions, and why you're making the choices you're making them, and how to change it. Please watch that. I'm doing this live, so when I hit the recording, then I will go ahead and put that link up there. So if you can't find it, come back to your sign and hit the link. I will put it on there for you. All right. So I just forgot to do it before I popped on. So if you're feeling alone or abandoned, or if somebody's feeling alone and abandoned, and I can't shuffle, what is wrong with me this week and last week? Just understand that this is emotional baggage that you're carrying. You're never alone. Never alone. You just want human touch. You want human interaction, and that is okay. But the reason why divine has some of us alone in our singlehood, we have something to learn or something to work on us, that analysis of ourselves into growing to that next level. All right, let's see what else divine has to say. This is the deck that I got from Disney World. I still haven't used the other one, and I haven't brought it out. Too many cards, please. Because I'm still having weird energies about that deck. So we'll see. And it's very different. I have to really study it a little bit more. It's not a normal tarot deck. It's actually this one here. The Archangel Power of Tarot. And the thing is, you'll find me that I don't go to like Archangel usually tarot decks, because I go straight to divine. If he wants me to send me an Archangel, if he wants to send me anybody, then that's his choice, but I start with divine first. All right. Boy, you guys are getting some similar cards than Virgo. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Universe, and then we have the 7 of Wands. Valor. So what it's saying is that I believe you're holding yourself back from something in the future. So again, you really have to look at what's going on in your life. It could be a relationship. It could be, I don't see a lot of pentacles. There's a couple pentacles in here. Yeah, I guess there is. There's 3 pentacles in here. Could be something for your career, something for your school, something to do with advancement, or even some stability in a house. But you're given the Universe and you're given valor. So that means there's going to be some success out there for you. I don't know what it is. And of course, you know, that's easy to say for somebody reading tarot. Oh yeah, there's success. There's always success, right? But this is like in the coming up energy, because this is I would say before the next 4 weeks, definitely. Because there's something that there is, but this again you're going to have to work on what it is in your shadow side that's holding you back from moving forward. This is a new energy. This is something that's coming up that you actually have. When you have the Universe, you have the world, which means you have opportunities and potential. It's the things that's holding you back. It's sort of like somebody who knows what they want to do, what they want to study, where they want to work, but then they don't apply to do it. And it's like, why not? Fear. 100% fear. And then they look back, well, you know, it didn't work out before, and I sort of got PTSD or trauma or whatever, and I'm afraid to go that route again. I don't want to face that again. You have to. The only way to break through something is face it. Okay? The only way, so I'll be doing love and relationships at the end. However, I was just given this, that whoever's out there bickering or arguing with their mate or a friend, the only way you're going to get through that is to communicate, sit down and maturely. Okay, this is a young energy, so you're going to have to pull up your big panties and your big pants and say, you know what, can we sit down as adults and talk about this? I would like to get your perspective. Because once you release yourself from an argument, you open the door to understand the perspective of another person, and that person can share their insight. And you may be surprised that their insight is completely different, but you may agree with it and you may not, or that insight is very much the same as yours. You're just communicating incorrectly. I don't know who's arguing and fighting out there, but somebody is. And it's all because of the communication. Again, it's about your thoughts, your words. It's about cleaning house. It's about releasing. And it's just, all this here is just about communication. If you have effective communication, you don't fight, you don't argue, you don't raise your voices, you don't scream, you don't put each other down, you don't call each other stupid or idiot or wish I would have never married you or whatever, wish I never dated you. You know, those kind of things, those energies are not there. When you're in a spiritual plane, it's like, you know what? I'm really sorry we didn't get along. I'm really sorry that it didn't work out how we'd hoped to, but we will be fine separating and going our certain ways. That is taking the emotions out of it and allowing divine to work through both of you. And that's the same with an argument. When you start being destructive and lower vibrational energies, that is so hard to bring back up. And there's effective ways. There's an effective communication video out there. And again, choices and decisions video out there. I wish you'd really watch. Help support my channel in those. Because a lot of what you're having problems with is about communication. Communication, or you're living more worldly or, you know, spiritually. It's not that hard. It really isn't. So we've got the 6 of Wands. Okay, and we're going to become victorious over this. And definitely you're going to pat yourself on the back and you're going to say, wow, I did it. I did it. And what you're going to say you're going to do is you're going to release that past. You're going to start thinking in a different way. You're going to transform your mind process thought. Again, there's videos on Get Balanced or Divine Warriors for that, but you are going to be successful in it, and somebody's going to be watching you, and you might be just setting an example for somebody else. All right. This is beautiful because this is about evolution. This is about changing and growing to that next level. Okay. So whatever it is that is hiding at this moment in fear needs to come to the surface. Whatever is not seen and what is fearful in your spirit or in your mind needs to come out. Vomit it out, because that's your emotional baggage. And when you're comparing in love relationships, a big no-no. You're not healed. You need to been there, done that. Been there, done that. I lost out on a lot of good people because I would compare them to my ex-husband, and they just wouldn't hold that level that I had hoped for, because I thought I married my ex-husband for my life. I thought he was my soulmate. I sort of still do feel very, very soully connected to him, although he probably doesn't even remember who I am. You know, men are different in their thinking, let me tell you. They can forget about somebody just like that. Anyway, that definitely comes into play. I don't know why I lost my train of thought on that. I guess I just thought for a second. But it is very different. Okay, and then we have the Page of Swords. So, coming into truth. You're definitely coming into truth. You're going to be honest, definitely honest. Something is coming up and right, because the thing is, we've got truth next to your future. And the only thing is what I'm going to tell you right now, while you're going through something, I don't know what it is, but while you're going through that and you're purging it, getting ready to purge it and get rid of it, you definitely want to think of your future, you know, maybe the next 5 years, 10 years, where you want to be, but don't focus in on it. Say, okay, this is where I would like to be, you know, for hypothetically, oh, I want to be living in California in 5 years. And then you leave it there and you put it out to the universe again. Put it out to the divine. Hey, do you want me in California? If you do, then promote me or get me to a place where I can go and move to California. That's just a hypothetical. Then you leave it. You don't focus in on it. You just say, okay, that's my goal. That's where I would like to be. And let's see, because divine might want you going to Florida or something, you know, some silly thing. All right. So you've got to leave what is unseen in the dark to allow divine to work in the dark. But you've also got to do your part and your work, because that's your challenge card, to do the work, to do the intellectual analysis, to get rid of the baggage and turn your thought process around to a more gentle, more kind, more diplomatic way of thinking. That's your current energy. All right. So let's go to love. Woohoo! My God, my videos are getting longer and longer. And I apologize. Thanks to one of my Leos, I would love to have a poll. I need to do a poll. How long would you like my readings to be? I could do them an hour if you wanted to, but I have so many things to do. But if this ever became my full-time gig, then I could do them an hour. But definitely, I would love a poll on how long people would like to see my videos be. So put it in the comments how long you would like to see it. Because they do go about 30 minutes. Sometimes 15, sometimes 30. Okay, so the current card out. Remember now, this lovers and going that way could be somebody brand new to dating. It could be somebody that is in dating or they're going to another level. Could be somebody getting married, a commitment of some type, you know, that kind of a thing. But we have the hungry ghosts. Gee, they are hungry. And this is about obsessions, scarcity, consciousness, attachment. So we got to be really, really careful that we don't lose ourselves in another person. Okay, because this is the number 5. It's very easy when you fall in love or you're now in a new relationship to really fall into that person and forget about everything else. You go to work and then you're with that person. You go to work, you're with that person. You go to work, you're with that person. That's all you think. That's all you're on the phone, you're texting, you're FaceTiming, you're doing whatever. You lose yourself in that person. That's an obsession. It's becoming an attachment. That is not balance. Your future energy. That is not balance. And it may be the way that somebody used to operate in their old self. You can't do that. If that is you, what you have to do is find balance. Okay, I can talk to them for an hour today. Or, you know what, I'm going to let them call me so that I can. And if they're calling you way too much, just say, hey, I've got to get some things done today. They're going to honor you even more because you're not losing yourself in them. You are actually staying an individual, a whole person. So definitely don't lose yourself in another person. So somebody's losing themselves in another person. And I got 2 cards. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this has been a habit for somebody. This has been a habit where you just go all in. I hate to say this, guys, but it's an Aries energy where you're all going in at first and then you lose interest. And then the ball drops and then things change. You get bored and, I'm just not as interested anymore. This is a big Aries energy. I know too many Aries and it's like, seriously, you go all in and then you drop your interest. So step out of, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches and step out of your comfort zone. This is the full moon in Capricorn. These are Moonology cards. And the end of a tough cycle is going to approach. So which means you're going to start a new cycle, a new way of thinking, a new process, and you're going to actually think about things and analyze things before you do them so that you get balance back in your life, because things aren't in balance, and the deal is you want balance. You want to be gentle, you want to be loving, but you have to give space. If you are in there for a bit and then you give space, in there for a bit, give space, it will bond you even closer. You have to step out of your comfort zone. It's not comfortable to try something new. It's not comfortable to say, hey, you probably did it the wrong way. I've done things, in dating the wrong way, because remember, I was sexually abused. I didn't know how to date. I don't even know about, what men really think or like, or, who's being honest, who's not being honest, who's a game player, who's not. It took me many years to learn. And I'm still, at my age, I'm still learning, because life changes. And so some of the things I was doing even last year, it's like, oh, that's why he dropped off. Have no idea. But, things change. I'm old school. So it's old school. Some of the things don't work in the new school. So step out of your comfort zone. Try something different. If something isn't working and you're doing the same thing, well, it's just not happening. It's just not working with this person. You're one, either trying to manipulate something, or they're trying to manipulate you if something is not changing. Or two, if it's not working, you got to try something different. Because if you try the same thing over and over and over, then that's insanity if nothing's changing. So know that if you think differently and process differently and act on that a little bit differently in gentleness, this is your current energy, in gentleness, in loving kindness, in absolute truth, then it's going to change for the better. I'll tell you right now. Being a life coach, dating coach kind of a thing, definitely you will see things change. It's all about your process and thinking, but you cannot lose yourself in somebody else. If you start losing yourself, if they've got a hobby, I had a gentleman not even a year ago. He was very much into a lot of the things that I did on YouTube, but on my other channel, my leatherwork channel. And, but he also, was in automotive. And so that was great. I thought, great fit. But it became to the point where he wanted me more on what he was doing. I said, no, we're a great fit. 1 and 1, meet it together. It's going to be a win-win situation. But if you want me to go all the way to your side, I'm not going to happen. Because then I would lose myself. I'm hoarse. So, I can give a little bit, but I don't want to lose myself in somebody's hobbies or whatever they love to do. And then I'm not doing what my purpose and my calling is. Don't want to lose that, because if you lose your purpose and your calling, Divine's going to say, what the heck? Now I got to start all over again with these guys. So that's your reading, guys. I hope that helped in some way. I hope that everybody is doing good out there, and I hope you are walking in love and light. And don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. And don't forget to smash that like button or subscribe and hit the bell. Ding! All right, talk to you guys next week. See you on the 26th. All right, take care.